Hello, I'm Daniel Camargo, and I'm here to learn about science.
Hi, today we're going to teach you a very special class.
We are going to teach you about the cell part, cell differentiation, stem cell photosynthesis in the chloroplast, and the process of respiration. Today we're going to start to talk about the most important part of the cell.
One important thing you must know before we teach you the parts is that there are two types of cell, the animal cell and the plant cell. They are different because of their shape and some of their functions and organelles.
First, we're going to talk about the animal cell. This cell has the cell membrane that controls what goes in and out of the cell. Another very important part is the cytoplasm. It is like a jelly-like substance that all cell parts float in.
Then comes the mitochondria that is in charge to burn sugar to release energy.
The ribosomes assemble protein from the instructions of the DNA. Then comes the endoplasmic reticulum. It is like a hallway in your school. It transports stuff around the cell. Like the hallway in your school, it transports you around.
The Golgi bodies package and transport important molecules like protein out of the cell.
The vacuoles are similar to the Golgi bodies. The vacuoles transport food into the cell and waste out of the cell. One part of the animal cell is the nucleus and nucleolus. The nucleus is a bag that holds the DNA and it is often called the control center.
Then comes the nucleus, that the word is very similar to nucleus, but their functions are very different. The nucleolus makes the RNA.
The chromatin is the shape of the cell when the cell is not dividing, and it is the opposite of the chromosome. The chromosome is the shape of the cell when it's about to divide. Now we are going to talk about the plant cell.
The plant cell has two barriers. The first one is the cell wall. It gives the plant a squarish look and it prevents it from exploding. And the other one is the cell membrane that controls what goes in and out of the cell.
The cytoplasm is a very important. It is a jelly-like substance that also parts floating. This cell also has a mitochondria. It is in charge to burn sugar to release energy. But we also have the chloroplast that is the opposite of the mitochondria. The chloroplast makes sugar to store energy.
The ribosomes assemble protein from the instructions of the DNA.
Then comes the endoplasmic reticulum. That we told you it was like the hallway in your school. It transports stuff around the cell. The Golgi bodies packages and transports important molecules like protein.
In the plant cell, there are vacuoles that transport food into the cell and waste out of the cell. There's also a central vacuole that keeps the cell rigid and stores energy.
The lysosomes are a special vacuole that can kill the cell if it's old or not functioning. The RNA carries a code from the DNA to the ribosomes.
The DNA is a molecule inside the nucleus that carries the code to make organisms.
Another two parts of the cell are the nucleus and the nucleolus. The nucleus is a bag that holds DNA and it is often called the control center. The nucleolus makes RNA. The chromatin and the chromosomes are very similar. The chromatin is when the shape of the DNA when the cell is not dividing, and the chromosome is when the shape of the cell, the DNA when the cell is about to divide.
We hope you
understand
about the cell and the cell parts and their functions.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
I don't understand what the next topic is going to be about.
Now, our second subject today is about stem cells and cell differentiation.
Cell differentiation is when a cell is beginning to get a function and a specific appearance. Stem cells are cells that have not differentiated yet. This is before they have gone through cell differentiation.
An important thing you must know is that you all began life inside our mother as a stem cell.
Embryos are new creatures, still forming before birth, hatching or germinating. Somatic cells are cells that already have a function. It is also called differentiated cells.
Another cell is the adult stem cells. They are cells in our body now. For example, after birth, they are also called somatic stem cells.
I hope you learned. Hi.
We will come back to you after some
Spectacular advertisement.
Hello. We are your scientist hosts today, and we are here to announce you something great, new, cheap, of course, and special.
It is the new Phoenix microscope. Well, as if I'm saying, it's a new addition.
You can see stem cells, adult stem cells, nerve, and many other types of cells.
We love this amazing thing.
Oh, and you can also see the lysosomes inside of the cells. It's amazing.
Beautiful. You use it. You put the thing. You put your object here, and you see it like this, and then you have your cells.
It's wonderful.
If you don't buy it,
You're gonna die. Like this. Dead, dead, dead. Because you didn't buy it.
Our next subject is photosynthesis and respiration. We will teach you this lesson by parts.
Photosynthesis is when carbon dioxide and water go in the plant and oxygen and sugar come out. This happens because the plant needs to produce food. It all happens inside of the chloroplast that makes sugar to store energy.
respiration is when oxygen and sugar goes in the plant, and carbon dioxide and water goes out. This happens in the mitochondria that burn sugar to release energy.
After this video, I learned a lot about science. Thank you.